Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to subscribe. My analytics show that a large portion of you, it's around like 60-70% of my viewers are still not subscribed. And don't forget to hit the notification bell as well. People are impatient, like a bit too much impatient. The course of the last 2 years have shown me the way or unshown me the way. We have a gigantic problem within the financial world and also within the cryptocurrency space, and its name is impatience. Why impatience, you might ask? Because people, how do I say this, are impatient and they keep selling their cryptocurrency. You might have noticed over the course of the last year, and I want to say year, strong year, has had a bit of a theme going. There are a number of analytics companies within the cryptocurrency space that kind of always bring us on-chain activity from things happening on-chain. Self-explanatory. Since summer, the beginning of summer, we've seen a really weird shift. It makes sense, but it's also quite annoying. You might have noticed around April, I'm going to say May, you saw that prices in the crypto market began to shift sideways and or go a little bit lower over the course of the entire summer. Now you tell yourself, well, clearly people are selling. Well, clearly the whales are selling. The big people in the market, they must be leaving. We've gone over countless articles where a lot of people write, and I mean all these different publications are writing, well, this is bad for the market. The whales say this is terrible for the market. It looks like the big money's leaving the market. Do any of you remember over the course of the last 2 years, and I'm going to squeeze it to summer of this year, what the situation has constantly been? I'm going to try not to rant. I'm going to try my best. I promise you. Do you remember what the situation always was? There was one side that sold, and there was one side that bought. The problem has been an enormous amount of impatience. And it's impatience in all of its finer forms as well. That's usually the worst. When you look at the demographics of people who are getting into crypto, and a good portion of them who've been here for a while as well, it's usually people who have not been into finance, have never invested. This may be your first time or second time. Maybe you're giving it another go, or maybe you've been in this market for a while. But the typical person who gets into crypto is someone who usually finds the old system to either be annoying, icky, or just a little bit too confusing because the old system is made that way. If you look at older news articles and older news things on the news, they constantly were asking people why were they getting into crypto. And the majority of people said it's because it's easier. Why is it easier? Because you don't have to make a brokerage account. You don't have to look up this. You don't have to so-and-so. And you can buy fragments of it. You can now buy fragments of stocks, but years ago, that still was not a thing for the majority of places. You can say, I want to buy some crypto. Okay, I can't buy an entire Bitcoin. Oh, wait, I can buy fragments of a Bitcoin. And the ease of entry is far easier. The issue ends up being is that a large portion of the people who are getting into the space, they're new to finance. You see how it went full circle? Yeah. The issue ends up being is that people don't understand the premise or the idea of buying and simply holding. And it makes a lot of sense. If the space and money are brand new to you, you've never experienced them in this sort of way, when the market goes down, people will typically panic. They don't know what's going on. They don't understand what's happening. If you've been here for a while, you know, you wake up, you see prices are down by 7% and you go, okay, well, got to get my day started. Other people who are new to the market or new to finance in any sort of way, this also extends to the stock market as well. they'll panic. And we see people selling constantly. And it's usually retail investors. We typically get thrown into two categories. You're either institutional or retail. So me and you, everyday normal people, we are retail investors. We don't have billions to throw into the market, but we do what we can monthly, every now and again, putting in what we, trying to grow our stash, if you will. This year has been frustrating for a number of reasons. I know I can't be the only one. Financial-wise and cryptocurrency news-wise, can you guess the only people who've been selling their crypto when the prices go down? It's been retail investors. Only retail investors. There are a number of tricks that very wealthy people do because they understand, and I know I've said this in other videos because I want you to get it. We are currently in the wealth transfer. It's a very big topic within finance and within crypto, the wealth transfer. The money's going from this side to this side. And it's often seen as or portrayed as the money moving from the very rich into the hands of the normies, into normal people hand. Yeah. The exact opposite is happening. Crypto is made for everyone. Bitcoin was created for 8 billion people on the planet. Remember the other videos that we had before where we were going over the richest Bitcoin holders? It's a very small fraction of people. Do you know why? It's because over the years, these people have consistently been buying while everyone new to the market and new to finance has been selling. They panic sell. They doom spend. There's a whole bunch of different words for it. They're nearly incapable of actually holding on to assets. I'm not trying to point the finger and say it's you're the problem. We weren't raised to know about money, how money works, what money does, how to make money grow. My financial education as a kid was my grandmother telling me she had her money in CDs, certificates of deposit with a bank. You give them your money for 3 years and then they'll make it grow. And she also had not treasury bills, she had bonds. That was it. That was the extent of my financial education until I got older and forced myself to learn about all these things that are constantly happening. So when you hear that you lost money, you put $100 into the market, you just lost $15, you're going to panic because it's usually some of the only money that you have. As a reminder, only put money into the market that you can afford to lose. That goes for, I don't care what you're investing in, that goes across the board. Hope everyone understood that. Within crypto, it's dramatically different. When you talk, so here's what I believe. When you talk about the wealth transfer or money moving from A to B, I assumed that we were the A and the B. Let me explain. Bitcoin was created for 8 billion people on the planet. Everyone got it? The point of it is that the everyday normal retail investor, average person, is supposed to have a piece of the pie. It's meant for everyone. It's a brand new, easy to get into asset class. The issue is that A lot of people aren't paying attention to this market because they have a whole bunch of other stuff going on in life. And B, the people who are in the market also aren't paying attention to what's going on, and or when something scary happens, they think that they're timing the market. They think that they're a day trader. They think that they know what's going on. So what do when the prices fall? They sell. And it sounds stupid, but it has to do with ego. I've seen people before the masses on Twitter telling other people, yeah, I saw the price drop earlier and I sold, and I'm waiting for the price to go down by 8% more because my chart is showing that, and then I'm going to buy. Oh crap, it's going back up. And then they start panicking and then try and buy more. This is the loop that we're constantly in. Over the course of this year, we have never had this much news constantly about prices going down, people selling, and then the price going back up. And what's the news that we always get after the prices have gone back up? Whales purchased once again. The wealth transfer that we're seeing is money from the hands of the everyday common person into the hands of the wealthiest people on the planet. Yet again, this is the same with land and real estate and stocks. The amount of retail investors who've been selling off their stocks in the last couple of years has been tremendous, and these have flown back into the hands of the wealthy. Over the course of the last decade or so, there are a lot of people whose grandparents bought homes in the 1940s for a handful of acorn and some carrots, who sold them over the course of the last 10 years because they wanted some money. They wanted to do a project. They wanted to do this. The idea of generational wealth keeps breaking and shattering every time that we relinquish our assets over and over and over. Like I said, I'm going to try not to rant and rave, but gosh darn it, it's quite difficult. A prominent analytics firm has said that deep-pocketed Bitcoin investors are gobbling up massive amounts of Bitcoin at the expense of retail traders. Santiment and Glassnode, these seem to be the two main on-chain analytics companies, said that wallets holding over 100 Bitcoin have rapidly increased the amount of Bitcoin that they've been buying just within the last 30 days. They said as crypto prices let retail traders down, Bitcoin whales are growing in number. A new 283 wallets holding at least 100 Bitcoin have emerged in just 1 month. Is now 16,120 such wallets on the network, and they've broken a 17-month high. Don't hear the number 100 and say these wallets are only holding 100. This is 100 and above. This also goes into people who are holding 7,000 Bitcoin. And also on their list, they go from 10,000 Bitcoin as well. The really crazy part, now here's the issue. In 1 month, do you understand how long a month is? Good. 1 month, retail, everyday normal people, the people you know and love and you walk down the street and you say hello to, they sold $7.86 billion worth of Bitcoin. How do we know these metrics? Anyone remember? It's because of these on-chain analytics companies. They can see, there's also public knowledge. They comprise everything into one thing. They can see when new wallet addresses get activated. This new wallet was created on July 14th. It has now 0.01 Bitcoin. And they add another 0.01 Bitcoin. The price goes down. These people sell and liquidate, completely gone back into cash. The wallet never has any money into it. We see that all these short-term holders, the people who are in the market for the short term, these are people who jump into the market because they think that they're going to make overnight wealth and riches. People don't understand that in order to be successful, you are going to fall on your face a good 15 plus times before you actually get to where it goes for everything. It's not just crypto. The issue is the impatience and also the not knowing and making sure that you're scared. When you talk about generational wealth and where it's going, you realize that the rich people are going to own everything right. Rich people already own the majority of real estate, of land, of stocks. Do you know how these people get richer? It's because they buy an asset and they keep buying it over and over. You buy an asset that's going to rise in value as time goes on, as inflation increases, and you keep accumulating them over and over. You know what people who don't have money do? They don't buy these things at all. And if they have a chance to get in on a brand new asset class that's been around for 15 years called crypto, when they acquire some of this brand new asset class and it doesn't perform immediately how they want it to, they sell it. $7.8 billion were sold by retail investors in the last 30 days. Do you know what happened after that? Over the past month, they said wallets holding between 10 to 10,000 Bitcoin also accumulated $7.86 billion worth of Bitcoin, with smaller traders continuing to impatiently drop their holdings to them. I've stated it before, and I don't even care that I'm a broken record at this point. And I've been saying this since around 2018. All of the cryptocurrencies that are actually out there are going to belong to the wealthiest people on the planet. There are going to be some of you right now listening to this, who are going to be a part of the group of people who will look back and realize that they lost their chance to become rich. In the year 2034, you are going to remember either this video or these charts or something else, and it's going to hit you that you sold away your chance at becoming wealthy and passing down wealth to your kids or to family members. This isn't a joke. I used to say this 6 years ago all the time, and that's when these numbers weren't as insane as they currently are. Do you remember the numbers that we had before? That 91% of all Bitcoin is now in the hands of whales. And we had people who were complaining. Why did they get to that centralization? They owe too many coins. It's because they saw Bitcoin, the same as you, go from 1 cent to $1, to $1 to 100, to 1,000, to 12,000, to 20, to $17,000. And they're still here. And they're still buying because everyone's expecting Bitcoin to go over $1 million. That's how wealth is created. And that's how retail investors are missing out. It's only going to get more intense. Last thought. What's going to happen? This isn't a prophecy. This isn't, I'm not a genius. What's going to happen is in the next couple of years, if not this year, the rich people are going to own probably around 96 to 97% of all the Bitcoin that's out there. There's not a lot being created by the machine, and what is being created is being held by the people who are mining it. And also, any leftover is being sold to banks. We went over that already. What's going to happen is that Bitcoin is going to become so valuable that other people will begin to finally take notice. And this is when we end up hitting the 10, 15, $20 million Bitcoin. I implore you from the bottom of my heart, it might be time for you to literally sit down with yourself and try to see if Bitcoin is right for your portfolio. Because you are going to miss out the same exact way that people have been missing out for years. You wouldn't believe the amount of people who I've told about crypto 6, 7, 8 years who didn't listen to me. And now when they see the numbers, these people contact me all the time to get some kind of financial advice. What's going to happen? Where should I put my money? And I'm out of help. Like, I can't help you anymore. I tried years ago. Do you want to get into a situation where you hold no assets at all? I'm sure some of you, like me, grew up with nothing. You had no assets. You want that to continue forever? You want to be in the same exact spot where you are in 10 years with no change? Like, this is it? This is as far as you go in life financially? So, as we continue to get news like this, and we will continue to get more news like this, yes, the wealth is shifting away from us into the hands of the very wealthy. And this will get exceptionally bad by the 2030s, 2040s. People don't really understand what's going on and what's happening. It's the same thing with corporate landlords. If you get a chance, watch a video. They're expecting by 2040, corporate landlords will basically own all the remaining real estate that's left. Right. Hope you got something from the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope you got something. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.